Hi, this is Jeannie from jeannieatthemovies.com. This is my movie review of the movie Cinderella, which just came out today. And I just saw it like an hour ago. I just came home. And Cinderella is a Disney film which is based on a cartoon which was, shown sometime in February of 1950. So the new Cinderella is an updated version of the full-length animated movie which came out several years ago. So Cinderella is very popular. It's a popular fairy tale. It's a popular movie, and Disney's going back, um, and trying to revise some of their movies. Like last year they had Maleficent. I didn't really like it that well because it wasn't really true to the what do you call that? It wasn't really true to Sleeping Beauty, and they just made they twisted it a bit and changed the story so much. And yeah, didn't really like it. But this one with Lily James as Cinderella, Kate Blanchett as the stepmother, and Kit, or the his name is Kit here, Prince Charming, or whoever. Kit, his name is Richard Madden. um, they're really really good in their roles. um, Maybe it has something to do with the casting director choosing the right actors to play the parts, or maybe it has something to do with Kenneth Branagh, which is, he's really like a good director. He directed Thor, the first one, and was just, Shakespeare. It was like a Shakespeare play, and he elevated that movie so much, and that's what he's doing here with Cinderella. He elevated the cartoon. A cartoon was a classic, and everybody loved it. Several generations of girls grew up on it. My grandmother saw it. I saw it. And several girls. Maybe millions, perhaps millions of girls grew up watching the animated film, and it's a familiar story. But this time I never really expected that Kenneth Branagh would be so faithful to source material, and yet he's fleshing out the characters more, and he's making it better in a way, and adding more, something more to the plot. And the prince isn't just this um, you know, the simple Prince Charming who has no personality. He actually is a full-fleshed character, so he's fully fleshed out. And the Cinderella, you can. It's kind of hard to sell the story right now because women of this generation, have heard so much about women's empowerment, and I don't think, this Cinderella can really exist in this generation or whatever, in this age, because women know how to stand up for themselves. But I guess, if you set it out like maybe 100 or 200 years ago, it would make sense. Women would be meek and mild, and they would just be subversive and stuff. No, not subversive, submissive. I'm sorry about that. They would just be submissive. And but you can really see, based on the character of Cinderella, that she's just this really, really, she's a good person inside, and she has no mean bone in her body. So in a way, you can understand why she would allow herself to be abused. And that's what I like about the movie, is that the character eventually finds her own voice. Not to spoil anything, but we all know that this movie has a happy ending because it's based on the fairy tale that had a happy ending. And the thing that I also liked about the film is the costume design. I read that it was the costume design was done by Sandy Powell, who worked on Shakespeare in Love, and I think she won an Academy Award for that. And you can really see how pretty the dresses are, and how just she could possibly win another award for this one because the dresses are just gorgeous. It's pretty. The Cinderella dress is just pretty, and everything else, her wedding gown is pretty. And no, it's not really. I don't want to spoil the fun, but we all know the ending of the movie. Um, and the two wicked stepsisters, their dresses are based on their personalities. They're a bit wacky, and a bit loony and stuff like that. Sandy Powell seems to be able to, use that, add more personality to the dresses. And as for Kate Blanchett, she just steals the movie. I mean, every scene that she's in, she just draws the crowd in. She's like, in this film, she's a villain. She's really heartless, but at the same time, she's this complicated woman who's like jealous, resentful, angry, a bit greedy, vengeful. She's all that, but you can really see how, Kate Blanchett doesn't make it like a cartoony villain. She's she's such a good actress that you can actually see just by the expression on her face that she's jealous, that she's resentful, and you really see how nuanced her acting is. And maybe it's because of the director as well. He seems to bring out, the best in his actors. As you can see, Lily James, instead of playing the character of like cardboard, like cartoony character, she's playing it really innocent and really refined and really good. You see the good-heartedness and stuff like that, and you can really relate with her because she's so grounded, so level-headed, and she's a great actress in this one. And Richard Madden, his role is really hard because he plays like Prince Charming, and I think it's hard to play that kind of character because you don't want to be too one-dimensional. In a way, he does a better job, I think, than some. I think compared to the guy that played Mr. Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. I think his last name was Dornan or something. And Richard Madden seems to, do better because his character is not too one-dimensional. He has like a certain personality, and he seems to make the most out of his role because his role is not that, well fleshed out or something. It's not really, he doesn't play the central character. So because the central character, of course, is Cinderella and her stepmother. But I must say, Kate Blanchett is really, really, really good in this one. She's just such a versatile actress. It's just impossible for her not to. It's just impossible for her not to be a good actress. I don't think she knows what bad acting is because every film she's in, she just steals the spotlight, which is what happens here. I don't know, she's one of my favorites and I like her. I think even if she plays a villain here, the evil stepmother, I really like her. I think I like her more than Maleficent. Last year's Maleficent was, for me, I know it made a lot of money um, domestically and overseas, but it was just for me, in terms of story wise and being truthful to the source material, it was just a disaster. And I know it had Angelina Jolie in it, but it wasn't about Sleeping Beauty anymore. It was about Maleficent and how she was like misunderstood and stuff like that. And yeah, I didn't really like that film much. I think I like Cinderella more, and I was really actually surprised because like I was supposed to just skip this movie because I was tired of all the rehashes and the remakes, and people in the movie industry, they don't have an original idea anymore, and they just get from old source materials and then just revise it and stuff like that. Cinderella, of course, is not original, but what makes it really a good film is the sincerity that the director put into it, the sincerity that the actors put into it. They're not just they're playing like fairy tale characters. They're actually like acting, and you can really see that they put a lot of work into it, and it's not just like a petty film. And I actually give it a 4 out of 5. So 4 popcorns over 5, it's 4 out of 5 popcorns. It's a really, really good film, and I really recommend it to people who like fairy tales and who believe in love at first sight and who believe in happy endings and stuff like that. And if you loved the original Cinderella 1950s cartoon, you're gonna love this one because this one is like a more fleshed out version, and it has more meat in it. I actually like it more than the original. Of course, the original is a classic, but this one it's more, you know, accessible to, I guess, not just the younger girls or the young girls, but to adults as well. And if you like other similar movies are like Pretty Woman, which came out in 1990 with Julia Roberts. It was a Cinderella type of film. And last year's Into the Woods, it had Cinderella story in it, which I didn't really like Into the Woods. It just gave me last song syndrome, and it was like a terrible film, which was pointless. I'm really sorry, but it just sucked. And another similar film that you might want to check out is Drew Barrymore's Ever After, which came out in 1998. It's Cinderella movie, but they, made it like set in Italy with Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci and stuff. So it's really it was okay, but I think I liked this Cinderella more, and I really recommend it. And I hope I didn't spoil your fun by spoiling stuff, because we all know that this movie has a happy ending. Okay, so that's my movie review for Cinderella, and I hope you go watch the movie. Bye.